Hi, this is Claude Zwicker, Product Manager at Immuta. Today, I'll be doing a quick demo specifically targeted for Immuta administrators to see some of the new administrative capabilities Immuta has to offer. First up are updates to integration settings and health state. For starters, all integration settings now live inside connections. Connections can have three states: active, meaning everything's all right, Immuta is doing its job and pushing policies; inactive, which means Immuta is currently not interacting with your system because you chose to put it on hold; and unhealthy, which means there's an action required from you in order to get the connection back into an active state. Aside from that, we've also made various styling updates to help with understandability and easier navigation of the product. Let's have a look what this looks like in the product. All right, here we are in the product. And this is our connections page. You can find it under left-hand navigation under data if you're an Immuta administrator. Let's take a look at such a connection. So you're able to see here under settings, you got all the connection details, policy settings, audit settings, and object sync settings. This connection is in an active state. For comparison, here's a connection that's in an inactive state. Difference being, for an active connection, Immuta is actively performing actions against your connected data platform, whereas an inactive connection is on standby and waiting for you to be activated first. Last but not least, let's look at what an unhealthy connection looks like. An unhealthy connection is an indicator that you need to take action in order to get it back into a healthy state. You get two indicators: the unhealthy flag here at the top, as well as when you move to the settings tab, you're going to get prescriptive errors that tell you which area is affected, in this case, policy settings, also highlighted through this warning icon, as well as what the issue is and what you need to do to resolve it. In this case, you can see it redirects me to the setup script. And if you go and take a look here, you'll find there's a line in the setup script that I forgot to run here, which is why the connection is in an unhealthy state. Last but not least, given that all settings now live inside connections, you can see here that we no longer have entries under the integration section in app settings. As mentioned, all settings now live under connection section instead. Next up, we have the new policy sync setting. This setting allows you to control what part of your data infrastructure Immuta should be pushing policy towards. You can use this setting at different levels, such as at the connection level, database level, schema level, or table level. It can be on or off, and you're able to use overrides. We're going to show this in the product next. And here we are back in the product. Let's have a look here at the agent demo database. You can see the policy sync setting is currently set as custom here. That is because within this database, there are two objects that have sync disabled and one object has a custom setting. Let's dig into this a little bit more. And so we can see policy sync is set to off for schema public, and orders has a custom setting. It has one object with sync enabled and one object with sync disabled. And if we go one further level down, we're able to confirm that for one table it's on and for the other table it is off. You can change the policy sync setting either through bulk actions by using this experience here, or you're also able to do so by going to the settings page for a specific object and changing the object settings by controlling policy sync on or off. Another update is that Immuta now has a dedicated page for leaf objects as well. From these leaf objects, you're able to then link out to relevant data sources. Let's have a look what this looks like in the product. You can see I've got my customer orders fact table here. Let's click it. You can see for this table, I can see all the relevant settings. I can see policy sync is currently on, even though it's turned off at the schema, database, and account level. From here, I can also navigate to the relevant data source. Next up is an enhancement to our ability to apply tags. With this update, you can now also add tags at a connection, database, or schema level, and those tags will follow the inheritance principle. Meaning, if you attach a tag to, say, a schema, it will get inherited down to all the tables within that schema as well. Similarly, you can do these as single actions or as a bulk capability. Let's go and see this in the product. You can see my test schema here with currently no tags applied yet. Let's go ahead and apply a tag. I will choose to apply the confidential tag here. Next, let's look at all the tables. So you can see all the tables within this schema now also have the confidential tag inherited. If I click on one of these tables, we're able to see the tag here as well. Important, inherited tags can only be removed at the level where the tag was placed. So in my case, that would be at the test schema. I cannot remove the confidential tag from here. But I can add additional tags directly to this table as I please. Let's go and take a look at the data source. You can see that both the confidential tag as well as the account number tag have been placed on this data source. Another additional capability is that you can now drive the new tag behavior through our app settings. The new tag behavior controls if a new tag should be placed on data sources or columns when Immuta first discovers them. By default, marking newly discovered columns with a new tag is on, and the setting is off for data sources. You can go and update these settings as you please. Let's take a quick look what it looks like in the product. This is where you find it in the product. You go under App Settings, scroll down, and look at this new tag behavior. You can choose to make updates, then hit Save, and the updates will take effect from here on onwards. Here's the last added capability for today. We have now the ability to force delete the connection if it's in an unhealthy state. To be clear, the standard way to delete the connection is going from active, deactivate it, and once it's inactive, you're able to delete the connection. The deactivation step here is important because when you deactivate the connection, Immuta will remove all previously placed grants and policies from your platform. However, there are scenarios where you might end up with an unhealthy connection and you're simply not able to get it back into a healthy state, but you still want to remove it. For those cases, the force delete capability has been introduced, basically bypassing the Immuta cleanup process and making the connection go from unhealthy to deleted in one step straight away. Before taking such an action, it's always important that you read through the modal and you acknowledge that you understand the impact of this action. Let's take a last look at the product and what this looks like there. All right. So here we have an active connection. You can see if I wanted to decommission this connection, the first step would be to deactivate it. Delete is blocked. It first must be inactive to delete. Once a connection is inactive, and we can see this in this example here, then you're able to delete it, or you can go back to activating it. But the force delete capability is specifically for a scenario such as the following. We can see here, this was the unhealthy connection we were looking at earlier, and say, I have no intention in resolving this error, and I still want to be able to get rid of this setup. You can see for this scenario, you're able to choose the force delete option here. As mentioned, it is important that you download the cleanup script and read through the implications of this action before you press acknowledge and proceed with force deleting the connection. All right, this wraps today's enablement. Thank you very much for watching.